Happy Monday, everyone. Time for another live commentary. Today, we're continuing our coverage of the recent World Championships in Cairo. This is from the round of 32 of the men's individual foil event, and it features a nail-biter of a bout between Enzo Lefort of France on the left and Daniel Giacon of the Netherlands on the right. On that note, I don't think I've talked about Jacon's fencing before on this channel. I honestly don't know too much about him. I know he's kind of on the young side. I think he's 21 this year, if I'm not mistaken, as of recording this video. And thinking back, really the only standout feature of his fencing I can think of is he's got a pretty quick hand. He likes kind of a snappy parry or post idea. Other than that, I can't really remember much about him. Of course, Lefort needs no introduction. He went on to win the entire World Championship, so of course he's going to win this bout. But having seen the score, this will be quite close, and I'm very interested to see how Jacon was able to give him so much trouble, and then what Lefort did, of course, to overcome that. So let's see how this bout progresses. Let's do this. So, kind of a pressuring march. Into a parry post, Lefort tried to take it over with a strong attack, but went off target. Okay. Lefort putting on some pressure here. Nice parry post with a preem attempt by Jacon as Lefort runs past. Now, hallmark of Lefort's fencing is, of course, his withheld running attack. That's kind of the French signature move, if you will. Oh, wow, but that time goes kind of extended with his arm and runs right into a very snappy parry post by Jacon. As I kind of mentioned before, that's really the only thing I can really remember about him, so I'm glad that was accurate at least. Long running attack by Enzo, but Jacon picks up a stop hit. So I was going to say, you would think the running attack would be pretty good against a very hand-focused fencer like Jacon appears to be with that parry or post, because you just can't parry if the blade's not there. But that time, stop hit, very nice idea. Another parry or post by Jacon goes off target, but you could tell that time Lefort was being a little bit safer with his distance. Oh, frame rate's dropping a little, I hope that doesn't continue. Looks like another kind of withheld running attack by Lefort there. I'm honestly not loving those running attacks from Lefort this bout. Something about them just kind of feels off. At least so far. He's maybe got to dial in the distance a little better. But Jacon marches. Let's see what Lefort does on defense. Okay, just gets away. Jacon did kind of finish out of distance there. Wow! Okay. So it looks like Jacon's game is really focused on that, really focused on defense, but he's setting up with an attack. Let's Enzo start and then is able to find a parry post. Oh, man. Another withheld attack by Enzo just misses straight up. This is kind of concerning because a lot of Lefort's game plan is really based on that running attack with the arm back. So if he can't make this work, I'm kind of worried for his chances this bout. Let's see. Jacon continues to march. Last time Lefort just pulled distance. This is pretty much the same thing again. And starts himself. And you can see Jacon threatening, looking for that parry post. Tries to recommit, somehow still gets it. I feel like that might have been attack left. No. It didn't feel like Enzo really stopped there. Okay. So this is quite concerning for Enzo, and it's getting more and more so as this bout progresses. Jacon maybe trying an attack and prep idea there, finds a single off target. Another running attack by Lefort and another off target. Wow. He's having pretty rotten run of luck. And that time even Jacon was searching, which normally you'd think the running attack with the arm back is pretty good against someone who searches because they just can't find the blade if it's not there. That time Enzo gets an off target, which actually that's a pretty good sign. Jacon with a twisty counterattack. If Enzo had been rushing, he surely would have missed that. I'm glad he wasn't. Oh, but the preem remise! Actually, it's just parry post from Jacon. Wow. Nice. 5-0. In like a minute and 16 seconds, if my math is correct, fencing. Lefort is going for the tactical weapon swap. Definitely a good time to do that if you're down 0-5 against someone who, at least by the world rankings, should not be giving him nearly this much trouble. But good on Jacon for staying with it. And honestly, the fact that he can make his style, which seems to be kind of focused on that sort of defensive, very fast parry post / counterattack idea, against Enzo, who is one of the consummate masters of that, you see right there, that style of attack. Goes off target again, though. Still not able to find it. Oh, wow. Very snappy hand by Jacon there. Only finds an off target, though. I do think it did hit the arm, though. I don't think that was on target. Though he does go for a test. All right, Jacon continues to march, pretty slow. Lefort bouncing in and out a little bit, trying to disrupt it. Able to pull him short, and starts. And goes off target again. That time, though, wasn't really a running attack. That was more of an advanced lunge. So he's not moving forward quite as fast. And that might be the way forward, honestly, to dial it in a little bit better. Is to just slow down the start of the attack. It's very easy for Jacon to stop hit or counterattack or even pick up the blade really quickly if Enzo's consistently going at the same speed, which is very fast from the get-go, even though he's not leading with this arm. So perhaps by starting a little bit slower, he can kind of throw off Jacon's tempo, make it much harder to land those defensive actions that he's been relying on so far. Alright, a little more pressure from Enzo, but gives it up, and Jacon starts marching again. Previously, Lefort's been defending by just pulling distance. Let's see if he does the same thing here. Kind of, but Jacon just holds on to the attack. Although that is the parry post at the end there. I didn't hear the blade contact. I think that was my bad, though. Alright. Oh, that pre-Burmese again! Beautiful. Now, Lefort is maybe not the first person you think of when you imagine a really good infighter. What? What? How did he miss that one? Lefort had Jacon dead to rights there. He was even starting slowly and everything. I don't know how he missed that one. Jeez. Okay, 7-1 now. Jacon, unafraid, continues to march. Finishes his attack maybe a little sooner than he could have. Enzo escapes and starts. Jacon still looks like he's looking for that parry post. Let's see. Finds it. Ooh, wow. So yeah, Lefort was beating. The ref says he beat on the strong part, the bottom third of Jacon's blade, which would make it his parry technically. This is a rule that can be applied a little bit inconsistently sometimes. So normally what happens in this case is if the beat and the parry are the same, happen at the same instant on the blade, there's like one blade contact, it goes to the beat attack. In this case though, because the beat was low enough on Jacon's blade, it's the parry post. And now 1-8. Lefort's got to be feeling the pressure now. And honestly, kudos for Jacon making the style work against Enzo. I can't express enough how difficult it is for someone who's so good at this withheld attack to be still winning on defense mostly. Alright, Lefort pushing though. And okay, you can see that was a very different style of attack from Lefort than we're used to seeing from him. That was just slow march into a nice finish. That call is attack from the right. What is Lefort doing? I feel like that decision to just lunge there was just wrong. Am I right? I don't know. Huh. Alright, Lefort keeps pressuring, but gives it up. Takes it over. Okay. Now I can tell Lefort's trying to work a little bit more now. Finds it off target. That's nice. Yeah, so that much slower start is now helping against Jacon's attempted counterattacks. Kind of as we saw earlier with Jacon's twisty one. The slower Enzo goes, the easier it is to land that. Oh man! Tries to flick over the back while running past. That is ambitious. Especially for someone who's down 1-9 to pull out like... to go for the Garrick maneuver like that. Don't know how I feel about that one. Jacon being very threatening of a counterattack now. Able to find the blade and wow! Jeez, that hand speed. How does he get that? 1-10? Are you kidding me? Lefort's coach yelling at him very loudly. I can't speak French, so I apologize. I don't know what's being said there. If anyone in the comments does know, by all means tell me. Long finish by Enzo goes off target. Very different, as I said before, from his normal withheld attack. That's surely Enzo's. Yeah. Alright, so now this counterattack isn't working because Enzo's blade's just out, so he's going to just hit with the attack. So, got to adjust things by maybe switching back to the parry post if you're Jacon. The timer is running quite low though. And this is a pretty crucial time for the timer to run out because now Enzo's going to get a minute of being possibly yelled at by his coach, but in a very constructive way, I'm sure. And what does he have to do to turn this bout around? This is a really tough spot for any fencer, but especially Enzo, and it's been his bread and butter action, that withheld attack that's been bleeding so many touches here, right? So what do you do if you're on your way to winning a world championship and your very best action just isn't working and you're down 2-10? In the meantime, there's got to be a lot of pressure on Jacon here because you're about to dethrone the former world champion from 2019. There's going to be a ton of psychological pressure on him. To be fair, he's been seeming to rise to the occasion very well and really flexing his very quick parry post and some of his counterattacks to do well even against Lefort's strongest suite of actions. But, as I've said before, especially in some of the Rio videos, it's one thing to deal with a fencer's strongest threat. It's quite another to actually beat the fencer. So let's see. I hope Enzo has some sort of treat in store for us. Is he going to either just really dial in that attack that's been failing so far, or is he just going to abandon it and do something completely different? Let's find out. Ooh, how do you call this one? Referee says left. Jacon's going to ask for a video review. That felt close enough for me that I guess it's worth it. As always, I don't have access to the slow motion video myself. If I did, I would definitely comment upon it, but yep. Call stands, it's attack left. That's fair. So, one back for Enzo. Keeps putting on pressure. Finishes again with a long lunge, so not relying on that running attack again. Tries to disrupt Jacon with just a strong start into it. Let's see. Okay. Jacon finishes short. Enzo starts again. Jacon's being very stable here with his feet, you can see. Very small steps back. Okay. Tries a ducking, kind of squirming forward counterattack looking thing. I don't know really what he was going for there. Yeah. Those tiny steps on defense make it very easy for Jacon to have the right distance for that exact counterattack. Wow. Right as I was saying it, he pulls it out. So I was going to say, if you're trying to be very precise with your distance to set up a counterattack, those small steps are a very, very useful tool for that. Oh, not able to find the blade that time, though, I don't think. Yeah, referee says... Oh, Jacon's asking for a video again. I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure Jacon missed the first riposte. Let's see what the ref says, though. Malpare. Okay. Call is still left. And now Jacon has no video reviews left. That's pretty important, too. Alright. Enzo gives the attack up. Turns it around, though. Again, those tiny little steps by Jacon, making it very precise. Distance manipulation. Enzo just... Wow. Look at the tempo change there from Enzo. That was nice. And able to finish in close. So because Lefort's changing the tempo so much, Jacon, even though he's being very precise with his feet, doesn't know exactly when to pull out that counterattack, and he ends up going a little bit late. They end up too close, and Enzo's just able to finish with angulation. Ooh, that's a tight one. Referee's going to have a look of her own volition. I certainly would in this situation. That was tough. I would probably lean to the right, but I don't know. There definitely could have been a pause there by Jacon that Lefort might have had the right time to hit into. Referee's having quite a long look at this one. Longer now than the previous call that Jacon asked for. So this might be a very tight one. Let's see. Wow, this is taking a while. I wonder if it'll just be simultaneous. Ooh. I think she was saying he searched? Huh. Okay, 6-11. Lefort is slowly but surely clawing his way back. Interestingly, neither fencer really wants to hold on to the march for too long right now. Lefort, that was out of distance for Lefort. Alright. Jacon finds the blade, but doesn't start. Lefort starts. There's that running attack. Finally makes it work. And it was kind of after giving this entire period, giving Jacon a bunch of more normal-looking attacks, like finishing with angulation, finishing with a lunge. So now, I think he wasn't ready for that running attack when it did come out. So now Lefort switching back to it. Much better idea. Jacon tried the flick. Wow, another withheld running attack. Jacon counterattacked. But again, counterattack felt a little bit late and maybe a little bit far away, distance-wise. So, another one for Lefort. So interesting. So that touch wasn't working at all for Lefort before. So what he did was he kind of interposed a bunch of unrelated touches to kind of throw Jacon off, maybe. And now it's working again because Jacon kind of forgot what he was doing before and was dealing with a Lefort who was giving him very different actions, if that makes sense. I think I said that in a very roundabout way, but hopefully you know what I mean. There's Jacon's faster post again, but Lefort is able to finish a little bit out of distance and escape from it. So I don't think he's too worried about that right now. When he does pull the trigger, my guess is it'll be with another withheld attack. But let's see. Here he comes. Nope. Oh, probably I would lean right on that one, yeah. Lefort's going to ask for a video review, maybe at the behest of his coach, but I felt like Lefort definitely stopped his first attack. Jacon started, Lefort recommitted. And I don't think Jacon stopped there, so it'd probably go attack no from the left, attack from the right arrives touch. Let's see what the ref says. Still attack from the right. Okay, that makes sense. 8-12 now. It's getting closer. Lefort's coming back, but can he get it in time is the question. Again, very quick steps from Jacon. Ooh, yeah, there was a blade contact there. I would probably still call that the parry post. Oh, man. Right as Lefort starts to claw back, Jacon gets 2 in a row. This is super dicey. Down 8-13 now. Crucially, though, that wasn't with his running attack. That was with a more normal-looking lunge. Oh. Whoa. She didn't even make the call yet. What did they say? Okay, so she's going to look at the video of her own volition. She started to make the call and then stopped it, and both the fencers were getting ready to argue their hearts out, but let's see. I can't even remember what happened in that phrase, I'm sorry. So she said attack from the left. Okay, I'll believe it. 9-13. Enzo starts. Tempo change again. Makes it hard. Yeah, again, makes it kind of hard for Jacon to know the time to counterattack. And able to find a close distance attack. Whoa, that parry post. That is a crucial touch right there. Jacon trying to maybe disrupt Enzo by looking for an attack off the line, but Enzo's ready for it. A little bit of a tempo change there, but keeping it a bit slower. Enzo gives the attack up, though. Interesting. Jacon starts. Now, let's remember, Jacon's attack hasn't really been that dangerous compared to his defense. But it doesn't matter as Lefort goes for another withheld attack. 12-13. Enzo's back in this, man. He's got it. And yeah, switching back to that withheld attack when Jacon was more easily able to deal with his kind of longer finishes. Another withheld attack. Finds enough target, though. Jacon had the perfect timing to stop hit. He was just a little bit too close there. That was really on a knife's edge. Oh! Possibly Core. In fact, I'd say probably Core. But also likely to be a yellow card for Jacon turning the back there. That was pretty extreme. I guess not. Maybe they... Oh, yeah, it is a yellow card. Okay. Yeah, it says on the scoreboard. Yeah. Ooh. I did hear 2 blade contacts. First might have been Jacon's, second might have been Lefort's. Lefort really wants this one. But no, it's parry post from the right is the call. Wow, okay, 12-14. Lefort has 0 room for mistakes now. Starts slow. Jacon stays in distance to look for the parry post. Okay. Long running attack again, goes off target. This is dicey. There's 16 seconds in the period left. Lefort has all the time in the world. Whoa, 1 light! Jacon searched off the line. A critical mistake. 13-14. I don't believe this. Lefort again, kind of varying the tempo here. It's been tricky for Jacon to counterattack before. Finds it again! Jacon kind of ran out of options there. He was kind of backed up against the wall. 14-14 with 8 seconds in the second period. Will Lefort try and finish the bout right now? Will Jacon try and finish the bout right now? Finds the riposte! No, he doesn't! Jacon gets past him! Lefort was asking if he was covering, because if that were a red card, he would just win the bout right now. So definitely wants that one. Man. Let's see what the ref says. Did Jacon cover while running past? If he did, this bout's just over. If not, there's 5 seconds in the second period. And then it's anyone's game. Nope, they pass. No touch. No red card. Jeez. Also, let's not forget, that was the situation that Lefort was ready for tactically. Jacon tried to attack off the line and Lefort was able to parry it. 2 seconds. 1 second. And, man, my heart is beating incredibly fast. This bout. He was down, what, like 10-2 at one point? Lefort was? Jeez. This is why he's world champion, right? There's not many fencers who can handle this situation. Even, you know, just being as good of a fencer normally as Lefort is. This is really what separates the men from the boys, as it were. So, to kind of tactically recap what's been happening, Lefort started out with his kind of signature style, that fast withheld running attack. Didn't work too well. Jacon carved out a massive lead with his defense. Then, at the start of the second period, Lefort switched over to a kind of more classical-looking style and was able to start to claw back, but most importantly, switching back to his withheld running attacks became much more successful after he'd made the adjustment early in the second period. So now, honestly, it's going to be anyone's game, but I'd still say massive psychological advantage to Lefort just because he's had such an amazing comeback so far. And for Jacon to be one touch away from dethroning the previous world champion for so long, he's going to be under quite a bit of pressure here. So let's see. Lefort starts. Wrong running attack to win the bout. 50-14, just like that, in 2 seconds in the third period. And you can tell just how hyped up Lefort is for that. Man, what a bout. I'm really glad I didn't get to see this one live because commentating it has been such a treat. All right. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I'm going to keep going through some of these kind of earlier round World Championship bouts. Actually, you know what? Next time I'll do a women's foil one because it's been a while since I've talked about some women's foil bouts. So, until then, as always, stay sharp.